Fifth precept: not to drink alcohol. Not to drink alcohol is the virtue of being sober. A Buddhist disciple needs to learn to properly understand and live in accordance with this virtue and conduct so as not to create sufferings for self, for others and for both. A person with the virtue of being sober could not let their body and mind contracted in worldly illness such as cigarettes, coffee, tea, heroin, opium and any kind of alcohols making people drunk, addicted, making their body ailing, their nerves tense, confused, making people crazy and insane etc. Such things make people addicted and not able to quit. In the life of human beings, there are so many worldly evils that make people's mind and body attracted and addicted to. Alcohol is a poisonous liquid. Drinking it will stimulate the body and make people act as if they were crazy, walking with tottering steps, falling backward and forward, lying anywhere regardless clean or dirty, uttering gibberish, repeating a sentence for many times. And such things take away the feeling of respect from others. Those drinking alcohol are not wise, actually they are the most stupid. Firstly, they lose money in buying alcohol. Secondly, they unconsciously bring poison into their body. Alcohol brings diseases which are difficult to treat to the body and makes the mind doltish and not lucid. Thirdly, alcohol makes people become greedy in eating, in drinking, easy to get into fighting, insulting spouses, children and neighbors. Fourthly, a drunk person could disturb the neighborhood and public security. A person's value would deteriorate when he is drunk, let alone a Buddhist disciple. There is no good value in a drunk Buddhist disciple, isn't there? Once getting drunk and being excited, the drunks see themselves as the highest and above all others, and thus using haughty words, exalting self and depreciating others, insulting others, shouting, abusing bad words, swearing etc. What sort of Buddhist disciple with a glass of wine or can of beer is it? Even with ordinary people drinking alcohol, others would see them as unwise, not perspicacious, and unkind toward themselves. Bringing poison into their body to hurt themselves is an action of crazy people or people who have lost their minds. It is said that the immortals often drink alcohol. Is this true? Such saying is stemmed from the imagination of human beings regarding those who fully enjoy worldly pleasures without hard working. In fact, when a person leaves for practice in the forest, where can they have alcohol to drink? Who would make alcohol for them to drink? Such image of the immortal is only the imagination of human beings. The virtue of being sober shows us that the holy, the immortal, the Buddha are sober, perspicacious. How can one be sober and perspicacious if he drinks alcohol? If an immortal drinks alcohol, he is not an immortal, but rather an ordinary person enjoying eating and drinking. An immortal is one with pure mind and body, being wise and lucid, and therefore would not take alcohol. If a person is drowned in alcohol, he could not be called an immortal but instead a stupid. Only the stupid gets addicted and hurt their mind and body. Is this true? Such people hurt themselves, their spouses and children and parents. Alcohol is bitter and brings many suffering, diseases etc. People without right understanding consider Li Bai as an immortal. The truth is Li Bai is a drunk poet. With alcohol, he could write poems. Without alcohol, he could not write poems. According to the teachings of the Buddha's sutras, there are 5 standards for a true human being, and drinking is a standard for not deserving to be a true human being. A drinking person is not a true human being. Virtues and conducts are used for distinguishing the holy, the immortal, the Buddha from humans and animals. The standard of virtues and conducts clearly identifies who is animal, who is human, who is holy, who is immortal, and who is Buddha. The virtue of being sober certifies this. And so in Buddhism, laws and principles are used to identify and classify how to be a true human, how to be a true immortal, how to be a true holy, and how to be a true Buddha. It is easy to meet animal standard, but it is not easy to meet the standard of a true human being. Therefore Confucius said, "It is difficult to be a human being. It is thousandfold difficult to be holy, immortal, and Buddha." Such standard is set out by Buddhism via daily life conducts. It is cheating to call anyone who does not meet such standard as human, holy, immortal, Buddha. And so, from the perspective of Buddhist standards, we could differentiate a true human, holy, immortal, Buddha from the fake. No one can cheat us. Is this right? The 5 virtues of a Buddhist follower let us know clearly the true Buddhist followers and the fake ones in Buddhism. By violating only one amongst the 5 virtues, one is not a Buddhist follower. I would like to repeat. A Buddhist follower holding a glass of wine or a can of beer does not deserve the standards of a holy Buddhist follower. Similarly, a Buddhist follower holding a cigarette does not deserve the meaning of a holy Buddhist follower, a Buddha's disciple. Is this right? This virtue prohibits alcohol, as alcohol is an addictive substance which easily attracts people. Apart from alcohol, we need to understand there are other addictive substances such as cigarette, tea, coffee, drug, etc. Though the Buddha did not mention, we should know that these are poisonous substances that bring illness and diseases to our body and sufferings to us. As such, there would be no value of a true Buddhist follower in someone smoking cigarette and fuming. Is this right? A Buddhist follower could not drown oneself in these poisonous substances, because being drowned in them means there is no right demeanor of a Buddhist follower. A Buddhist follower is a representative for the morality of living without giving sufferings to oneself, other people, and all beings. How can such representative of morality smoke cigarette? It doesn't matter if one is not a Buddhist follower. However, if a person is an upasaka or upasika who has taken refuge in the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, he or she needs to be in the right conduct of a Buddhist disciple. Otherwise, any violation would lead to defamation of the Dharma, of Buddhism, and in such case who will be responsible for such crime? So Buddhist followers breaking the law at present will bear the sentence of falling into hell. Prior to the time of death, they will have to suffer from serious diseases, sudden grave illness with unlimited pains. Don't say that this is karmic payoff or accumulation of karma. Holy Buddhist followers should be able to make transformation. With transformation, how could one have such suffering feelings? The saying of karmic payoff, karmic accumulation, is only words of deception to cover up their sins. An upasaka or upasika fully following the 5 precepts will know his or her date and time of death with slight disease and pass away peacefully without much sufferings. And in the opposite, for those violating and breaking the law and failing in all holy demeanors and leading to deprivation of Buddhism, they will suffer huge pains and great misery at the time of death. The example of those violating the laws reminds others to avoid such path of failure. Is there anything good in alcohol, cigarette, etc. to be attracted to? Alcohol, cigarette, drug, etc. are poisonous substances that everyone should stay away from. Someone still enjoying alcohol, cigarette, etc. should not take refuges in the 3 jewels and 5 precepts. Buddhist followers are holy disciples of the Buddha and therefore should abandon and stay away from alcohol, cigarette and other addictive substances. It does not matter if you are not a Buddha's disciple. However, if you are, then you have to give up such easily attractive sensual pleasures. Dear all upasakas and upasikas, we need to respect the virtues and conducts that the Buddha has taught us. No despising is allowed and strict discipline is required. No drinking of alcohol or smoking of cigarettes, etc. at all. We need to be wise and sober to conserve the virtue of being sober of holy disciples of the Buddha who are not drowned in drinking and smoking. The wisdom of Buddhism includes not only the tremendous knowledge, but also the understanding of not creating sufferings for self, for others and for all beings. A person who does not drink alcohol has the knowledge of not giving sorrows to oneself, others and both. This person is wise and lucid. The virtue of being sober helps people no longer be blindly drowned in smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. The disciples of the Buddha are the disciples of the wisdom, of the intelligence, of the perspicacity. Therefore, the virtue of being sober is such wisdom and perspicacity. You have learned 6 virtues within the 5 precepts. And so these virtues bring tremendous benefits to your life. You should think about the tremendous benefits of the 6 virtues as mentioned above. Is this right? If it is right, you should join your hands in front of you and vow that, from now on, I promise to do my best to follow the 5 precepts, to perform the 6 virtues of a true human being, to deserve being a human and a disciple of the Buddha. After your wish, make a bow to the Buddha to accept the 5 precepts. And now, I announce to end the ceremony of accepting the 3 jewels and 5 precepts.